Hi, everybody. If you be my bodyguard. Remember that song? If you call me Betty, Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al. Oh, I need a little more herby in my grinder there. I didn't want Facebook to not let me record, so you'll have to put up with me and roll with it, baby. So how's everybody doing? I got some herb I'm rolling up. Some Mary and John, Mary Juana. So welcome, Metaphysical Mama. Can't really see my face. I don't know if you want to see my face. So when I do the reading, maybe I'll point the camera down a little. What song is this? I get so lost sometimes. So I pulled welcome, Metaphysical Mama. Don't mama face. 119. I'm not necessarily always, gonna look like all like dressed up and like what have you. Most of the time I'm not on here, and there's a big reason for that. Or I don't even show my face. It's just that we're just coming out of, trying to come out of such a judgmental position, right? Human conditioning, fear and anxiety and survival mode. So being a little more gentle with ourselves, first of all, right? It's like we have to mommy ourselves, right? Our little child and scared inside gets scared, right? And we've had to be grown-ups for so long. We've all had to grow up too fast, really, right? Going to like Peter Pan, Tinkerbell keeps coming up today, right? The Lost Boys, which is also kind of like Sons of Belial, Lord of the Flies, making me think, right? We have so many stories that we're all connected to, or right, or others are connected to. We're connected to them and have awareness that that's where, who they are and where they're from. So objective, to put ourselves in others' shoes doesn't mean we're going to wear somebody else's shoes, right? Like Cinderella's stepsister and try to shove our feet in someone else's shoes. It's more or less we're trying to come from the place of, right, understanding and understanding, so that we're not all coming from such a negative position, always trying to make one or take one rather than allowance, right? So you get an allowance if you're good. Allowance. And when we give, we receive, right? Because law is every action has an equal or opposite reaction, right? What a good song that's on right now, too. I work so hard for our survival. And, men, I had to be a divine masculine for a long time, being a single mom. And so to speak, single mom, and yeah, a single mom, and kind of raising my, it's like my kid's father raised me in a certain way. It's like we all kind of train, and we all train each other in some manner or another. But it's like my child, no offense. My children's father is kind of like my grown up was, not anymore, was like my grown up kid also. But we were both kids together. It's like we grew up together. So having that characteristic, like what's a man supposed to be and what's a woman supposed to be, and how we've all grown up and gone through, right, our lives as humans thus far, right? Gods with amnesia, or humans coming into, right, evolutionary change. We all are. We're all evolving. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you came from the stars first, or your origin is of the earthly plane, and right, you're rising up, growing up toward the sun, and now connecting with your star ancestry, right, DNA systems, which we all are. It's like, but some of us, I think of, right, always known we're connected to the stars and from other places, and didn't really feel at home here. That's my experience anyhow. Always wondering, like, why don't I really feel like I belong here? Right? It's getting warm out now. It was like so nice out. I mean, yeah, it's been so nice out and like hot. This isn't like the nicest shirt, but it's like the softest white shirt ever. It feels so good. Ow. It's like a muscle in my chest there. It feels so good though. It's really soft. It's like really soft. Really soft. Like, I don't ever think I ever had a white t-shirt that felt so cottony soft in my life. And it's just like a regular, I think it might even be like Fruit of the Loom, my boyfriend's. I don't even, sporting like little Miss Figgy. So yeah, let me turn it down a little. Just giving ourselves a break, coming into, right, again, like, right, this is why we have visions, right? And it's funny because this morning I had like Wanda vision. I met a girl named Wanda, and right, a fish called Wanda. And then I was like, you requested it, so we rewanda. And like, we rewind. I've been saying that all week too. That's been in my head. You requested it, so we rewind, right? We're going back, right? Not too far. We're just allowing timelines from the past to come up and present themselves into this frequency so that we can, right, combine the formulas and the frequencies and, right, create harmony. So no matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. And we got priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Got to know when to fold up. Or hold them, then fold them. Know when to run. Job. While you're sitting at the table. Ownership. This is the order it came in. So we got vision, priorities, ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike, and learn to love all as lessons. Right? We got positives and negatives all the time. Taking ownership of our misdeeds along with our accomplishments. How far have you come, right, to be in this right now moment? And what are all the things, right? Don't go like beating yourself up, coulda, shoulda, woulda. No, we're being accountable. And like, okay, I've done some shit, or I've been through some shitty experiences, or I've been involved in some shit, or maybe I haven't treated people so nice, or maybe I can work on that part of myself, right? We just take a look at the shit. We don't want another toilet paper shortage, right? We already got a baby formula shortage supposedly now, right? Too many grown-ups going wah wah wah, whining, sucking on too many sour grapes, fermented grapes, going back into the fields and the vines after we've already gone through harvest to go try to take more instead of leaving it for who it's supposed to be for. Greed. And then claiming ownership. That's different. A lot of that going on. And just for the record, anything that anyone is claiming and claiming ownership, all property possessions are stolen. Anything that anybody's saying that they own, it's really? Well, who does it belong to then? How really? Careful. Job. While you're sitting at the table. I was like, count your blessings. Detachment. When the deal is done. Detachment. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. And isn't that nice? Because, like, yeah, no one needs to hang on to any of that, right? Coming from the feeling of lack means our cup is half empty and we're looking to fill it, which is why there's so much dead, right? And then credit, interest, and credit on top of it. How do you get credit on top of something that's already borrowed? You already borrowed it and asked for credit. How do you charge interest on something that you borrowed and then ask for more on top of that? What is that? I don't comprehend that logic at all. Right? It's like this is talk about flunked out. That's right. Belief. Be a lie and right, get a F. Right. So if we hold too much on to, again, right, so we're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve our highest ideals of love. And love is unconditional. Love just is, right? Love is justice. It just is. I don't have to like everything that another person, place, right, is acting out in, or something is right being performed in that. I don't have to put so much energy and attention there. If it displeases me, then actually I should do the opposite and really kind of ignore it and not put any of my time and energy and right into right it. Keyword IT, right? Like the clown from the movie. Right? We don't want to put any energy, money, time, and energy into a one-ring circus that someone else is benefiting off of, and betting on everyone else's heads then, because everyone keeps feeding the circus clowns and the machines. Right? Forgiveness. Forgiveness. And it's not like that's all bad. It's like that's how we've been, right? Been accustomed to being. Like that's how we've learned. That's how we've been, right, programmed. That's how we innately, right, instinctively, unconsciously, without really thinking, jump into something that maybe we should take a little more time and space to allow either more to come up so we can see more clearly, or sort of for some of the extra shit to just be right dissipated, dissolved, taken away, let go of, so that we're able to see what we're dealing with in front of us with a little more clarity and transparency. Because it's very difficult when we're already trying to deal with whatever's going on inside, right? And then others are throwing more stuff at us. We have more stories, more narratives, more pre-scripted, right? Bull donkey, right? And that doesn't really help any of us. It just keeps things going in a cyclical cycle. Key, right? Sick, lick. How many licks of it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? 1, 2, 3. Groove is in the heart. So yeah. So also I pulled Pandora's Gift and Heaven Sent and Making a Choice. So sorry, swallowed my saliva wrong. So thank you for coming to hang out with me. So yeah. So I gotta. What's that? We have one. Loyalty. Loyalty was flipped over and around in there. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. Right. Nice, and lots of green for healing. I'll leave that out too. I was just kind of shuffling, and we got compassion on the bottom. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love, right? Don't ever think what you're doing isn't making a difference, right? Again, remember like the power of a mustard seed, right? Move, mountain. If you believe it, and right, just the power of belief, mind over matter, is huge. Why do you think so many people want to influence others' power of belief, right? Put them under hypnosis, so be above and over them. Try to manipulate, right, or cause fear to make you feel less than or confused or unsure of yourself. Those who wish to see. That Rush playing in the background. A limelight. Making a choice, right? So just because someone's offering, first of all, huge key words there. If anyone's offering you anything, make a choice, make a decision, right? Making us feel barricaded and giving us ultimatums, falsely accusing us or falsely, right? There's a lot of false shit obviously going on, which we all knew for a long time. This is like great trials and tribulations and like great apocalypse now, which is the revealing of truths, right? Revelations, which we've been going through, right? 7 years now. If anyone's been paying attention, paying. And once you accept a price on your head, right, a paycheck, your brain starts to go dead. Think about that. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory manner or anything. It's like, look, I've been working at jobs since I was 12 years old. I love to work. What I don't like is being taken advantage of, molested, raped, manipulated, used, taken advantage of, right? Made false promises, made to feel like I'm being forced or confused into something. I don't really like that. I'm not down with those feelings. And it's like I'm very also like honorable, grateful, and right, gracefully, respectfully so, humbly grateful for, I don't know what the hell I just said. Those experiences too, right? Because that shows us where to, right? Use caution, right? Be more aware, right? Handle with care. So it doesn't mean just because if like some people are say assholes and right, they're just liars and manipulators and tricksters and they get off on literally, right, like seeing other people go through, right, not negative experiences, or they think it's funny to laugh at or make fun of. Do they really think it's funny, or is that a front? I mean, again, it's like they don't even, they're so far into their own shit. They believe their own lies. So of course they're gonna do their best to make everybody else believe them too, because that's what they believe. That's all they know, or that's all that they've now come to know due to all, right, the deals they've made, say, so-called with the said devil, meaning going against their own grain. So it's like if you go against your own grain, you crack your own wheat, right? That's why it's like doing a back bend, right? Cracking your wheat, your own cross, your own wood. Let's start, David. Why is it like good back bend, folded in half, folding time and space in half? So you can fold yourself, right? Like if you bend and touch your toes, that's like folding time and space in half, right? If you go backwards, it's creating a bridge, an arc. Interesting. I never thought of it that way because I usually go forward, not back. But right, it's like Satan get behind me, or anything that we put behind us is like a big TV screen. It's like stored behind us, right? So there's that too. Interesting. All right. So I got peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness to your soul. Action. You have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. And compassion and purpose. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. And purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. I love these cards. They're so like good and bright and like, wow. Happy Friday. Well, it's Friday here. Presently. Happy whatever morning or evening or night or day it is to you presently. All readings that I ever do, or its energy is always timeless. Time is fluid, so time can always go forward, back, up, down, on an angle, to the side, right? But you always have to come back to the center, to true north, right? But so time can go in any direction, just like a hummingbird. Trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Now I got compassion at the bottom again, so I leave it there. Whoop, whoop. That was nice. All right. So yeah, just because somebody's giving you a choice doesn't mean you need to make one, right? Red pill, blue pill. This is what's going on. You have to make a decision. Da, 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 da. Rushing, right? Rushing you. Are you in war? Then you're going to have to still keep paying taxes, right? The tax collector, the monopoly man, is going to keep instigating a story if we keep falling for running to one of their doors. Right? You got to be wiser than the miser. Wiser than serpents, right? Wise as serpents. Excuse me. I don't know if they're wiser than a serpent. They're pretty. They're pretty highly intellectual. I was like, remember, what is it? Is it Jungle Book? I'm thinking of Shere Khan, right? And he's like the big snake from Jungle Book. What have you? So I also had pulled Gain from the Thoth deck, Strength, the Hermit, Science, and Peace. At the bottom of the deck, we got Oppression. So it's like peace from oppression. This has been going on way too long. And those that are, they're in fear. Again, think of anybody that's trying to come from a dominating place. It's because they don't feel good enough. It's because they're coming from under the table where they've been hiding. And then they try to pop up and da 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 da. Or they're all up here coming from this position. And then if they get if some truth comes in and pops their bubble, then they end up under, right? Because they were projecting this big thing, right? But as you see, like, where are any of the stories that got told before it? It's just quick, throw out distraction to another story so that we, the people, are distracted and, flow over there, flow the energy over there, right? It's like, right? What is it? I see cameras focus. As I said that. So we want to have peace, right? We're looking for our missing pieces, or just allowing those things to come in, right? In order to have peace of mind, right? And calm, peaceful living waters within our own skin, right? And we're combining, right? Science and spirit. Supernatural, right? The Holy Ghost, the ghosts, and right, all the occult and supernatural and magi, magician, magic, right? Manifesting masterminds. Which, like, I want to just touch on that too, right? Visions. The difference between, what song is this? If we're hot too hard. Oh my gosh, this is so. And we can build this thing together. Stand this strong forever. Remember the song? Gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Hold on to your vision, right? And so I just want to talk a little about mind manipulation. And it's not always like great with intent. It's like great, like the law. It's our responsibility to know the law. It's our responsibility to not claim and call ourselves human beings a human. You don't want to be a human. Not that there's anything wrong with being a human, but if you look even in the law book, if you're a human, that means you're unborn, you're not ready, you're premature, you still need to be controlled and etc. Right? You're saying I want to be right. I need you, Uncle Sam and Big Brother, to keep watching me and keep making me be a slave and keep making me work at a job and keep forcing this false control, which they're not forcing, right? Others are just accepting it. We teach our children to not, right, let the bully them. But I'm not seeing much of a difference with the adult children, right? And most, there's so many that don't allow, not most, I don't want to say that, but I mean, there is just such a good percentage, a majority. I mean, it's very disheartening. It is distasteful. It's very distasteful to see, the money that gets thrown around, the astronomical, right? Astronomical, think of that word, astronomical instead of astronomy. They don't want you to look up at the stars. Don't look up. They're inflating the prices so much that you have to keep holding your, right? So, but when do prices get inflated? I mean, it's like, again, if you have awareness, how does a balloon get blown up, right? So, not allowing ourselves to get caught up in the narratives that are being projected out, that have been being projected out for now these last however many years, right? Learning to have discernment and become more consciously aware, right? Allowing our human conditioning to evolve into our multidimensional spiritual aspects of self, because you want to claim your sovereignty as a sovereign multidimensional spiritual light being that has every right to be here and thrive without being molested, raped, manipulated, taken advantage of, right, by fallen ones, which are just any person, place, or thing coming from a place of fear or dominance, which again is coming from a place of lack. If you don't feel good about yourself, and again, you're coming from a half empty cup, and right, can you please fill my cup? Meaning your body, you're looking for love, looking for money, looking for, right, excuse my mouth, right, pussy or fucking dick or whatever the fuck you're looking for in order to make yourself feel better, right? A winning ticket, a new car, whatever that is, right? Food, emotional eating, not eating because I want to look good when I look at myself in the mirror. I don't like how I look. I want XYZ different. So not loving ourselves has become such like an unconscious thing, right? What is everyone looking for? That's the better question, right? What do we all need in order to gain, in order to truly gain, right? Our health is our wealth. I, for one, would like abundance in all forms. I don't need too much. I definitely don't want to continuously live in survival mode. It's like I've worked my ass off and for a long time, and I know so many others have, and it's like, and we still are. It's not like I don't want to work. I love working. I probably work more not getting paid any money, then most people that are at their job are doing their actual work that their job consists of, right? It's like most people are sitting on the phone. It depends, right? But so our time and energy is worth infinite resources, right? So when someone's trying to capitalize off of, when we're trying to, right, if we're trying to just capitalize off of one another instead of working together and communicating and working for the greater good of the whole, it's like, of course there's going to be economic, like, great, there's going to always be like above and below, and one has more than another and what have you. But if you always know that you're going to have what you need, and sometimes you may have more material things, sometimes you're going to have more spirituality going on, sometimes, right, you may have your, you know, you're in your sexy, right? So you're more like feeling about yourself and more about your physicality and working out and how you look and getting your body in shape, or, you know, focusing on that in some manner or form, or getting yourself healthy inside, going through some kind of detox, right? I mean, depends on how what you're being guided to take a look at and put time and energy into, so that you have, right, abundance in all forms. But if everybody's just trying to get money, well, that's why we're in such deficit, right? Deaf. We're all deaf. That's it. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I got the gentle gardener here too, which is so sweet. It's like, be gentle with yourself, right? You are your own garden in here, right? Oh, and I pulled the movement rune earlier, and look, this just was underneath here too. Was under that. Intention was under the gentle gardener, and movement was under that. Super cool, y'all. So yeah, movement, getting out of being stuck in the mud. This was underneath movement. So, right, red balloon, just like it. No more inflation. Pop it with a pin, or just let the air out slow, like. All right, y'all. And then look, we got Pandora's gift and heaven sent. So you may want to look into that too. A lot about Pandora's box. Now, Pandora also represent, well, Pandora's box, right? I was talking about that a lot earlier too. Right, like setting up Osiris, so to speak, right? So we want to raise our Christ consciousness, right? Our Christ child, our inner child from within, to allow, hold on, please, to allow that to grow into, right? Evolve into more. I'm gonna go. I have a knock at my door. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I'll see you next time, Soul Tribe. One love.